Two of the greatest sprint car drivers this country has ever seen on the front row. Lights are out. We are stacked, packed and racked for 35 laps. The Nutrend red hot shootout is underway. We fire down into 1 and 2 for the first time. McFadden, McHUGH go to work, and McHUGH rips around the outside of James McFadden to take the lead into 3 and 4 for the first time. Jamie Veal hunting through the field. Look at him fan out through the racetrack. We go back towards the front. There you see Veal up on the top side, switch back to the inside, and Lockie McHUGH has ripped away here early.
4 wide further back, and I kid you not, 4 wide perfectly on your screens right now into 1 and 2. They file back 2 and 3 now. Jock Goodyear on the move. He's past Stewart, past Matt Dumsney, nearly 3 wide again.
Oh,
Matt Dumsney! Matt Dumsney goes around. Oh no! Oh no, it's Jai Corbett.
Corbett, Claridge.
Once again, caught up. No.
Kinza Claridge out of this one. Kevin Titman spins to avoid very nicely. I said that Brodie Appleby got away with no damage, but a little bit of damage on the nose wing for the car. Front beam looks a-okay, but this is just laid back on the front of the car. Here's the Dondex replay body of the chaos.
Yeah. 33 to go in the 2025. Nutrend quality high red hot shootout back underway. And Jock Goodyear's going to look straight to the inside right here. Jamie Veal slides your Australian champion. Jamie Veal to second, McFadden to third. Did we see that coming? That's not a part of the script. McHUGH and Veal check out on top. With a couple of car lengths on McFadden, we're red again. And 2 blue cars caught up, and it's Matt Dumsney more damage this time.
And gets on the gas right in turn number 3. Look at Veal drive off the bottom here. Looks for an early move. Can't make it stick underneath. McFadden goes to the top. Marcus Dumsney downstairs as they run 1, 2, 3 and 4 into turns 3 and 4 this time by Ryan Newton. Moves through to position number 4. Second, Jamie Veal just closing in on the back of McHUGH. Remember, with the crashes we've had, a lot of the traffic will be cut out of the field. We've lost 4 cars from the race already, and that makes a big difference as McHUGH gets to the back of the field right now, and the first few lap cars running the bottom. That's not what Jamie Veal wanted to see, as your leaders now start to go around the outside of lap traffic.
Look at the way Lockie McHUGH time and time again through lap traffic just picks his path to perfection. This is the home ground advantage right now. The way you'd be able to position the car so perfectly around the high banks. Veal this time closes up front 4 cars all of a sudden with 13 to run through 1 and 2. Begin to close in. This is going to be a memorable run to the finish as Veal threads the needle as well.
That was very decisive from McHUGH. He was so good. Picked the middle through the cars. Newton closing in on the back of James McFadden here in traffic as well for the Miners. Newton right on the back of James McFadden for the final spot on the podium. But McHUGH has picked his way through traffic at a pivotal time. And Jamie Veal still trying to close in second, but quite a big gap with 10 to run this time by.
McHUGH for the first time switches to the bottom in 3 and 4. Goodland takes center. Look up at the big screen to see that advantage he's got over second place. V35 and Jamie Veal. McHUGH down low, slides around Morgan, who fights back. Rob Hallen to the infield in the GW Racing number 5. McHUGH, Veal, McFadden wide out into turn 3 and 4. Newton lost his spark slightly. Michael Stewart the next car back. Bit of a gap back to Dumsney and Goodyear, who fall off your battle for the podium. Big slider on lap traffic. Didn't work for Veal. McFadden might have a window of opportunity.
Here comes McFadden. Big look to the inside. Veal gets the fence right in front of McFadden. And Jamie Veal is out of the red hot shootout. Oh no! Veal gets the fence and destroys the rear end in the V35 and is OUT out. And just skipped a little high and caught the pit gate.
10.
Lights are out. Look at J-Mac right on the push bar. Goes to the top side for the restart. McHUGH gets a good start. McFadden upstairs will try to close in. Michael Stewart on the bottom. Ryan Newton tries to go back around goes off the line on Michael Stewart. There's battle for third, and Stewart goes through to position 3.
Beautiful stuff, and the first time we've seen the bottom work in that fashion in this feature race. McHUGH and McFadden out in the moment, and they can't really see this battle for third. Catching up to him at the moment with the final 5 laps left to run. McHUGH in comfortable territory at the moment. McFadden tags the fence. Coming out of turn number 4 that time. Great shot. Showing the speed and velocity. They're flailing these sprint cars around the high side of Hi-Tec Oils Toowoomba Speedway.
Laps winding down, 3 to go. And McFadden will probably only get one shot on. Newton in the fence and a huge rollover. Ryan Newton, who was running third, and Jock Goodger upside down. Goodger upside down as well. Ryan Newton was running in third position and has a monster rollover. Newton out of the car and clearly frustrated. Glad to see him out. Pro One Race Parts crash crew quickly there for both of our flipped cars. Jock Goodger, the defending champion, is also upside down.
And he's out of the car. Jock Goodger climbs from the T22 Daniel trucking car.
It just shows how far on the ragged edge you guys are around this place when you're ripping around the top. I think you had the quickest car in those closing laps. Damn, that thing looked good out there, but that's a horror way to end your Australian campaign for this year.
Yeah, no, definitely didn't picture it anything like that, but yeah, just that's how close it comes to, I don't know, when you're pushing that hard, when, I know it's a big race, I guess, and you're pushing pretty hard, so just got in there a little too hot and got up, but I thought I managed to save it, but no, just sucked me into the wall and yeah, flipped me over. So definitely not the way I wanted to end it, but just big thanks to the boys. The car's a rocket ship all night, so yeah, we'll just not a good way to end our Australian campaign, but we'll focus on America now and yeah, just go get some more laps, I guess, and just keep chipping away.
Tonight, here's the Dondex replay, and you can just see Ryan Newton get the wall on turn entry and skip down and clip it again. A big impact, and here's Goodger right behind as the red flag comes out. He rolls as well. This race is just on the Richter scale. They are ripping around the top side of Toowoomba, and it is a razor's edge up there. And the Nutrend red hot shootout, and McHUGH fires down the racetrack. McFadden stays upstairs to try and get some momentum. Marcus Dumsey restarts third. Stewart is going to hit the fence around the outside for third and fourth. Goes to the inside of Dumsey and passes for third position. There's 2 to run. The Nutrend red hot shootout. McFadden closing in on McHUGH. Will get one chance to throw a Hail Mary at him. Down the main straightaway into 1 and 2. Lockie McHUGH rips around the outside, and McFadden just too far back. Lockie McHUGH exercises the demons and wins the Nutrend red hot shootout and $20,000 at Hi-Tec Oils Toowoomba Speedway. As he climbs up, come on Toowoomba, your red hot shootout champion, Lockie McHUGH.
Yeah, it was one of those weekends we had to work at it the whole way. We dug ourselves a bit of a hole qualifying last night, and then tonight just had terrible car balance most of the night, and we took a big swing at it there for the dash and felt a lot better and made a few more changes for the A main, and the car was fabulous. So yeah, big thanks to Nick and Marcus for not giving up and keep working on the car, and yeah, we all sort of rallied together and got a package to finally win.
Barry Waldron Perpetual Trophy, a guy you drove for many years. He's done a lot for our sport up and down the East Coast. Must be pretty special to put your name on this one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Barry was car owner for mine for a few years there. So yeah, it's cool to win his trophy, and yeah, just pumped for everyone that's stayed out and battled the rain and everything, and hopefully put on a good show for you.
Pivotal move early in the race. You struck on the opening lap. You sailed the thing on the top side. James ran the middle. Was it just, hey, this is my time to shine, I'm going to get to the front and lead from the front?
Yeah, I mean, I had some good drive up there, and James was starting to move up the track, but you know, if it was a different driver, I probably would have backed out of it. But you know, you can you can trust James, so there was enough of a gap there and snuck around. But I mean, how good our car was in that feature, I don't think even if we were second on the first lap, we would have had a good chance of getting by him, and I could move around the lap traffic really well and run through the middle and the bottom and stuff. So yeah, it was just a very versatile car tonight, and it was a pleasure to drive.
Yeah, like I just said to the boys, I don't really understand what happened for the first 10. I just couldn't get my tyres to fire. It's like I couldn't get any heat in them, and once I did, my car was a rocket ship, and it was unreal. So scratching my head a little bit there. I just felt like I was on ice for a bit, and that was obviously enough for Lockie to, you had to risk that move to get the lead and clean air, and then, like I said, once I got my tyres up, I felt like I could pace him, if not, get to his bumper pretty quick. But you're not going to pull a slider here and put him in the fence, mate. He doesn't race me that way, and I was never going to do that. So all in all, a really good weekend. Thanks to the fans for hanging out for the, through all the delays and all this stuff. It's been really cool to come back up here to T-Bar, and successful weekend. Obviously the second isn't as good as where we want to be, but all in all, great weekend. Congratulations to those guys, and big job for my team. And we just figure out what the first 10 laps was all about, and then why we got so much faster at the end.
And obviously, as you mentioned, it's all a case of pacing yourself. When you haven't quite got the car underneath you, it fired away, it sort of closed back in. But with those early stoppages and the red lights, there was 4 or 5 cars out of the race early. That's a lot of traffic that you lose to fight those guys in. Yeah,
and all the traffic we got to was running the bottom. So, the top was fast, mate. I reckon there was a few laps there that I was wide open for the whole way around, and that's unusual for 3 and 4. So, like I said, you're not going to run Lockie down in clean air and pass him. He's really good here and really good everywhere. But, I'd think back whether I should have started on the top or not, but I just don't think it would have mattered for those first 10.
Next season.
Yeah, we'll be back, mate. It was a lot of fun. Obviously having it at this time of the year is really convenient for us being over in WA. So hopefully we can come back. And like I said, I've really enjoyed seeing the fans that I grew up racing around here, and pretty hardy fans to sit out in the weather like they did tonight. So thanks to everyone that's put this show on. Obviously Toowoomba, Nutrend Homes for putting on the event, and Hi-Tec Oils and everyone involved with Toowoomba Speedway. It was a pleasure to come and race, and we've got to come back now and try and get it off the 7.